It can happen to anyone, and oftentimes without warning, sudden cardiac arrest.
Doctors explain it's when the heart stops beating due to an irregular rhythm, breathing also stops, and a person becomes unconscious. It differs from a heart attack, which happens when blood flow is blocked to the heart. Every day, sudden cardiac arrest threatens the lives of thousands of Americans, but their chances of survival increase drastically when chest compressions are administered and an automated external defibrillator is used.
Fortunately for a former college football star, both were options when he suffered an episode while coaching his son's game. Connor Shaw is known to South Carolina fans as the winningest quarterback in school history, never losing a game at home. But just more than a decade later, he would face losing his life during the game he loved to play.
Reporter Carrie Beal sits down with Shaw and the man who helped save him to share what happened that day and the message they have for others about learning CPR.
September 17th, coaching my son's flag football game.
Here at Graceley Park in Simpsonville, Connor Shaw says the offense had just scored. His son's team was cheering and celebrating. His wife was taking this video from the sidelines, and then Connor started to feel nauseous.
So I'm making my way over to our sideline to talk to our assistant coach and like, hey man, I'm not feeling good. Hand him the playbook, and that's when I collapsed into sudden cardiac arrest.
At the age of 34, Connor's heart had suddenly stopped beating. The only way to save his life is CPR and an AED.
Caleb, what do you remember from that day?
So I was on this field coaching my son's team. I called a play for our offense and stepped on the sideline, and one of the moms on the team told me, hey, that guy over there just collapsed.
Caleb Carter is a firefighter. He didn't know Connor personally, but rushed over to his aid without hesitation.
So we started CPR, and it was about 5 minutes before other responders got to us, and we got AED on.
So it was 5 minutes. So you were doing CPR for 5 minutes?
Yes.
That is a long time to do CPR.
It's a very long time for CPR, yes.
Yeah.
And this is where I dropped. My wife was sitting on the bank here.
Connor says a police officer named Zach also helped during this time. When medics arrive, they use an AED on Connor. The device delivers an electric shock to restore heart rhythm.
Very thankful, and it was a miracle that I was able to survive it.
According to the American Heart Association, more than 400,000 Americans die from cardiac arrest every year. If a patient experiences it outside of a hospital setting, they have a 9% chance of surviving. But CPR or an AED can double or triple a person's likelihood to live.
How did it impact you emotionally? Are there days where you're still like, wow, I'm here?
Yeah, well, it feels like a fever dream sometimes.
Connor says his wife was 8 months pregnant at the time. Now, they just welcomed their 4th child.
My wife still has her moments, and so do I, of just the overwhelming sense of gratitude and how close I was, not to meet my new son and have my kids go through life without a dad.
Connor says he now has to wear a Medtronic device under his armpit called an EV-ICD. It can detect sudden cardiac arrest and treat it.
So for whatever reason, there's an electrical malfunction, it would send the pulse, and if I were to go into VFib again, then it would shock me.
So it's almost like having an AED in
100%,
you?
yeah, which there is peace of mind that comes
Wow.
with that.
To this day, Connor doesn't know why his heart stopped beating.
I've had echoes and EKG tests. I don't have any underlying heart conditions. I've had, post-genetics testing since this incident. But to answer your question, no, this was just a very sudden thing.
But he feels it happened for a reason. He is now using his voice to start an initiative called the Heart Huddle. He hopes to get AEDs in as many parks and athletic fields as possible, and encourages people to learn CPR, because if it weren't for Caleb, Connor would not be here today.
I reference Mark 16:15, where you go preach to all creation, and Heart Huddle is going to be a conduit to do that, and hear about more survivor stories, and to praise his name because of it.
I think what we can all take from this story is the importance of CPR. Learning it, being able to apply it when it's needed, it can definitely save a life.
In seconds like that, you could need to do it. I mean, he's in great shape,
Yeah.
and look what happened to him. It's why everyone needs to know it, as you said, because you never know when you're going to need it.